I'm going to show you my bag over here. This is a Mickey bag with a Mickey soft toy. But I don't have a Mickey bottle. It's supposed to be with me, but I don't know where it's. Okay? And I do other things also. Sometimes if I'm very bored, I will go and find math problems to go and solve. Okay? But first thing first, anyone here watch Demon Slayer? Oh, wait, before that, just some pictures of what, that's a summary of what I do lah. Okay? Sometimes. Right? Then, Demon Slayer fans. Hey, you all should know this, right? What topic is this? Trigo, right? Okay. Sine 0 over cos 0 is what? Tangent 0. Okay, very good. Okay, anyways, another math meme over here. Mr. Mustache. Okay, the mustache very long, look very angry, look very sad. Negative x squared. Okay? Now, any Taylor Swift fans? Okay? Taylor Swift fans, right? This is called Taylor Swift. On the left is called Taylor series. Okay? I don't like Taylor Swift. I only like Taylor series. Sorry to burst your bubbles. Okay, but anyways, right? I think back to the former stuff. Okay, this is some statistics that we have. Okay, so we have a few centers over here. I won't flash this for too long lah. Okay, y'all just roughly have a look. Okay, and of course, I think one thing about OVERMUGGED, right, is that the tutors here are very nice. Okay, and we do our best to help everyone lah. Okay, personally for me, I'm not perfect. Okay, but one thing I really love doing is really going the extra mile lah. So I think for my regular students, y'all should know that I really burn my time for you guys. Okay, but it's for you guys, right? Okay? Okay, one thing I'm going to ask, right, is respect. Okay, I expect some form of respect both here and the online chat. Okay, so if there's nothing else you all need to write inside, please don't add it in. And let's have that kind of mutual respect for each other. Okay? But you guys want to joke a bit, I mean, just don't start the chat lah. Okay, I'm going to leave the Sect 2 thing again for everyone to go and scan. Okay, go and scan this QR code for your worksheet. Okay, for the last time, because I'm supposed to start already, but very disruptive. Everyone kept asking me, Joe, where the worksheet? Where the worksheet? I sent this here for a very long time already, nobody go and scan. Okay, so I'm going to leave this for another minute, go and scan, then we start already. Okay, so for the rest over here, right, we will be doing a few topics today. Okay, namely, we have some algebra questions. Okay, we have some congruency and similarity. Okay, inverse proportions, direct proportions, and maps. Okay, so these are the 4 things that we're doing, right? Okay, I think I can move on already. I think everyone is good. So let's move on to the actual content. Okay, now I'm going to ask a very simple question. How many of you hate algebra? Serious? Everybody love algebra? Serious? 1. You see, I asked how many times already? How many times I asked already? Every 1 minute. So, worksheet. Okay, 1 person hate algebra. Okay, who else hate algebra? Raise your hand. So little man. Okay, who love algebra? Then the rest is, I don't know, love-hate relationship. Okay, never mind. So for algebra, I think in Sect 1. Okay, let's think about Sect 1. What you all have done in Sect 1. Okay, I hate algebra, teacher. It's okay. I love algebra. I love Ken already. Not your opinion, not important. Hey, just kidding. Okay, so first thing first, okay, Sect 1. You all learn a very simple type of factorization, right? You all learn that, okay, ax squared plus bx plus 3x, that kind. Okay, what can I factorize from here? Any numbers you can factorize? No, right? Any letters you can factorize? X, right? How many x? 1. Okay, so for this type, right? I know you guys were thinking, right? This one is not quadratic math. But technically, we can only factorize x, right? So x, this x over here, right? we are we are able to factorize because it's a common factor. Okay? So for anything that y'all do, right, always look out for common factors first. Then comes your set 2 factorization techniques, which is probably hell lah for most of you guys. Okay? So for set 2 factorization techniques, okay, I like to group it in the following. Now let's list down everything that y'all learn. Okay, what kind of factorization techniques y'all learn? What's the easiest one? Anyone? Say again? Cross factor, your quadratic, right? Anything else? What else? You don't know anything. Or you're shy? NJ, what type of techniques did teacher Jason teach you? Got quadratic factorization, right? What else? I'm going to tell him, right? You don't know anything. Okay, guys, start letter G. Thank you, grouping. Okay, now, what's the last one? What's the last one? Anyone know what is this? You don't know what is this? Or you're just trying to say? This is called a poop. But in layman terms, it's called SAI. Okay, I shall not spell out what that is, but SAI stands for special algebraic identity. Okay, now SAI, I'm going to categorize into the 3 types. Okay, very simple. Plus, plus, minus, minus, plus, minus. You all recognize this or not? Yes? You all recognize this, right? Because what plus plus means is I have A plus B, but double of it. Okay? Then the next one is what plus what and what inside. What's the next one? Double minus, right? So it's A minus B squared. Then the last one is 1 plus 1 minus. Okay? So for special algebraic identity, I know how many of y'all don't remember one? Cannot remember this kind of thing one. Okay? Oh, I just realized I have not been reading the chat. Yes, okay, Evan, very good. Evan, right? Okay, I think I pronounced correctly. Okay, so you have, there's no square here, sorry. Okay, so if it's a double plus, right, you will see a square. If it's a double minus, you also see a square. But if it's 1 plus 1 minus, then there's only one each. Okay? Now, if you cannot remember the identities, right, just remember this and go and expand on your own. Okay, so what I will do is I will go and expand. A squared plus 2ab plus b squared. A squared minus 2ab plus b squared. Okay, a squared, then plus or minus? What's next? Minus, right? Minus b squared. So how do you know whether this is a special algebraic identity? Very simple. Okay, always check your first term and your last term. Can it be written as a square? If can, then you can consider this. But let me warn you guys, you can make it into a squared and b squared, doesn't guarantee you can use. Okay, there are some exceptions. Okay, so if this doesn't work, you fall back to other methods. Can? So let's take a look. When you want to factorize, right, I will classify them under 2 terms, 3 terms, and 4 terms. Okay, and how do I classify them? Very simple. 2 terms means I only have, when I expand out, right, I only got 2 terms. There's only one type that has 2 terms. Okay, this one only has 2 terms. Can you see? This one over here only got 2 terms. Okay, the rest is 3 and above. Which means whenever you want to factorize something, as long as you only see 2 terms, most likely is common factor or plus minus. Clear? Okay. After that, you look out for 3 terms. Which of the following can satisfy your 3 terms? Okay, there are only 3 types. Okay, quadratic, or what we call the cross multiplication, right? Or double plus, double minus. These 2 falls under your SAI, your poop. Okay, then the last one, right? Which of the following is left? I haven't used yet. I have Quadratic, I got SAI. What have I not used yet? What's the last one? It's on the screen. It's grouping, right? Can see or not? Okay, so this one, right, 4 terms, right, you will see grouping. Okay, usually 4 terms, you consider grouping. Can? So this one is important because sometimes you need to ask yourself, sure, if I got this many terms, right, which technique should I use to factorize? Because I got many types. So this is a helpful table, right, for you to classify which type you can use. Back row, you guys okay? You sure? What is third term? Quadratic. Oh, you mean this one, huh? Cross multiplication. No problem. Okay? So now let's move forward. Now, the main focus for this topic, of course, I don't want to just do algebra. Okay, so that's why the next one is on algebraic fractions. Because it's all concepts organized together. Okay, so what we're going to do over here, right, is your algebraic fractions. Now, in algebraic fractions, right, the concept for that is the same identical ones to your normal fractions. Okay, whenever you add two fractions, what must you ensure? Let's say 1/2 plus 1/3. What must you ensure? How to add? What must you ensure? Yes, you. 1/2 plus 1/3, how to add? Yes, okay, I hear a few answers. Make denominator the same. Okay, thank you. Now, what if I got 1/2 times, let's say 3/4? This type of question is the multiply top, multiply bottom. Okay, and what if you have 2/3 divided by 4/5? What y'all do? Yes, keep change flip. Okay, so keep 2/3, change the cross, and then flip the 4/5 to 5/4. Okay. Now, because it's a crash course, I won't spend time to go and explain why it is like that. Okay, so for now, you all just accept it as it is. Okay, but that's the general rule. Okay, easy to explain. Okay, now, is there a see? Still got people asking me for worksheet. QR code is here, go and scan. Okay, let's move on. Can you all done already? Can I move on? Okay, let's move on. Now, let's take a look at 1.1. Okay, expressed as a single fraction in the simplest form. Okay, so I have a fraction over here. I want to simplify. Now, two things. Your algebra is always made out of what? Two things, right? Made out of what? Numbers and letters, right? So my first thing I'm going to ask is, what can I cancel in terms of the numbers? Okay, I got 6/12, right? This part over here, you can just use the calculator, guys. Calculator key in 6/12. What do you get? 1.5 lor. Sure. Like that only lah. Yeah lah, like that only lah. If not what? Okay. Okay, those who ask again, right, can share the notes, right? The notes is here. Okay. Okay, hold on. Okay, never mind. Forget it. Okay, then after that, we look at the letters. Okay, in terms of the letters, right, what can we cancel? Okay, let's look at X first. On top, how many X do I have? 2, right? How many do I have at the bottom? So who got more? Who is stronger? Top or bottom? Top, right? How much stronger? 1 time, right? So I will have an X on top. In terms of Y, right? On top, I got 1. Below, I got 3. So clearly, my below is stronger. By how much more? 2, very good. So my final answer is X over 2Y squared. Finish. Easiest question ever. More to come. Okay? Yes. Okay, for the next question over here, right? Okay, we have 2p minus 1 over 2 divided by 4p squared minus 4p plus 1 over 2p minus 4. Okay, so for this type of question, what's the first thing they're going to deal with? Okay, you see many things, right? The first thing I take note of is the divide. That is a problem. So when I see divide, what must I do? Keep change flip. Okay, so I will flip this fella, keep, change the sign, flip the sign. Okay, and now this part over here, okay, because I am trying to do what? I'm trying to simplify. But in terms of fractions, what do I always do to simplify? I cancel away common factors, right? Okay, from the top to the bottom. Since I want to cancel common factors, right, my goal is to factorize everything that I can see, right, as much as possible. So the things I can factorize, can I factorize 2p minus 1? Cannot lah. Okay, can I factorize 2? Haha, very funny, right? Cannot factorize 2 lah. Okay, can I factorize 2p minus 4? Yes, okay, I hear a lot of yes, resounding yeses. Now, first technique, what do I look out for? What do I always look out for when I want to factorize? Common factor. Okay, so this one has a common factor of 2. So I will take out 2p minus 2. Okay, then here 2p minus 1, right? Over 2. Then my denominator, what can I do to factorize it? Sorry again? Special identity. Very good. Why? Because I see 1 squared. I see 4p squared. Okay? So that means to say, I can write it as, okay, let's do this sidetrack a bit. Okay? Let's write it as 2p whole thing squared minus 2p plus 1 squared. Okay? So my A is the guy inside the bracket, and my B is also the guy inside the bracket. Right? But I need to ensure that the product of these two times 2 will give me minus 2p. Okay, so ask yourself. Hey, it's not 2p, it's 4p. Sorry. Okay? So ask myself, 2p times 1 times 2, do I get 4p or not? Yes or no? Okay? 2p times 1. Do I get 4p? Yes, right? So that confirms that this is my put method, my SAI, right? And there is a minus sign over there, right? So you need to ask yourself, okay, this is a double plus or double minus situation. Which of it is it? Okay, it's a double minus, right? Because you see a minus sign over there. Therefore, this will become 2p minus 1 squared. This part, everybody can follow or not? Can? That's right, okay? Can Yeah, thanks for the correction. Okay, yes, it's quadratic, but you can use SAI lah. So I'm going to write it down over here. Okay, now it becomes very easy to cancel common factors. What is common? What can I cancel over here? What can I cancel over here? I cancel 2, right? What else can I cancel? Thank you. 2p minus 1. Okay, so what will I be left with? P minus 2 over 2p minus 1. That's it. Okay, Valine, thank you. Sarah, thank you also. Okay, if there's any mistake, please let me know lah. Okay, I also make mistakes, right? Now, next thing. This one, how to simplify? Okay, so this one, right, is just a single fraction, which means I confirm need to cancel out something on top and at the bottom, right? So for on top, right, is there anything I can factorize on top? Okay, cannot. PQ plus 1, no common factor. I cannot even use the other techniques, right? Okay, there is 2 terms. So the only other method I can think of is your 1 plus 1 minus. But clearly, I cannot use it over here, okay? So that one is out of the option. Okay, then in the denominator, I see how many terms below? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Total, I got 4 groups, right? So which method will be the most suitable for this? I see some answers online. Okay, the rest, what do you think? Grouping. Okay, when you see 4 terms, right, very high chance is grouping. Okay, I say very high chance because possible to be a combination of both. But I think Sec 2 mainstream should be very simple one. So this will become PQ plus 1 divided by, okay, now I need to group. So let's do it over here. Okay, 3p squared q plus 3p minus 2pq minus 2. How do I group? Okay, so this one a bit of trial and error lah. Oh, let's try the first two and the last two. Okay, so grouping means you group them into equal groups lah. Okay, so 3p squared q plus 3p, right? What is common? 3p, right? Okay, and then when I take out 3p, I'm left with pq plus 1. On the other hand, minus 2pq minus 2. Okay, let's hear from someone else. Okay, like my handsome guy over there. Minus 2pq minus 2. I take out, what can I take out? Minus 2, right? So I take out minus 2, I will have pq plus 1. Now, is that, so now I got two terms already, right? Is there any common factors for these two terms? What's common? Okay, what's common? Very good. Okay, for those who cannot see, you just pretend that this fella is a box. Okay, so ask yourself, at first I got 3p boxes. I take away 2 boxes. How many boxes am I left with? 3p minus 2 lor. So I will have 3p minus 2 times of the boxes. Then finally, you replace the box back with pq plus 1. Okay, so that is your grouping method. Okay, so now I'm ready to go back to this. Wow, whose phone rings so loud? Okay, like this. Now, what are the common factors I can cancel out over here? Come. Very good. So I'll be left with 1 over 3p minus 2. Voila, finish. Okay. I will zoom in for part B and part C for those who need to copy down. Yes, my chat, very enthusiastic, very good. I love it. 3p. Okay. Okay, so everyone okay? Can I move on? All right, let's move on. Oh, I got one more question. Haha, oops. Okay, so for part D, right? Okay, I want to simplify this part over here. Okay, I want to write it as a single fraction. I think single fraction, right? Okay, because the question asked me, express as a single fraction. Okay, so for this one over here, right? Okay, I've got 2m plus 1 over m minus 2. I also have minus m plus 2 over 6 minus 3m. Now, what is the first thing y'all will do? Whenever you plus or subtract two fractions, what must y'all do? Okay, so in this question, right, will you go and make the denominator the same or not? Let's try. Some of you will confirm approach the brute force method. Okay, so let's try. You apply this. Okay, you apply 6 minus 3m to both sides, right? Then you minus m plus 2, m minus 2. Okay, 6 minus 3m times m minus 2. Okay? Now, is this easy to simplify? Is it easy to simplify? No, right? Okay, I tell you, this is too long, too slow already. Okay? Before you all even do anything, what is the first thing I always tell you to do? Before you all go and combine or what? Always do what first? Factorize. Thank you. Okay, so always factorize first. Okay? So ask myself, 2m plus 1 can factorize or not? Cannot, m minus 2 can factorize or not? Cannot. M plus 2 can factorize or not? Cannot also. 6 minus 3m. Can I factorize this? I see a lot of people nodding here already. So, yes. Why they say I speaking Portuguese? Espanol? Parlo italiano. Okay, wait. Teacher come, we just factorize the 6. Okay. Y'all know what to do one, okay? But let me explain, okay? There are people who don't know how to do this. Okay? So this 6 minus 3m, right? Let's factorize. Okay, what can we factorize? 3, Okay, like this. Okay? Now, once y'all have this form already, right? Is there anything special about the denominator? What do y'all see? What do y'all see? Y'all see m minus 2, y'all see 2 minus m. How are they related? Ah, right. These two, right, are siblings. They are side by side one. Okay, so one is m minus 2, one is 2 minus m. Okay, so when you encounter this, right, what you can do is you can double flip. Okay, what we call double flip. So now, if let's say we take a selfie. Now I selfie mode, right? This is not selfie mode. This is the normal mode, right? I press one time, I flip one time. I need to press how many more times to flip the other side? One more time, right? Okay, so I need to flip twice, right? So what am I going to do, right? Is I'm going to flip once over here, and then I'm going to flip one more time. And how do I flip? I insert a negative sign, okay? But since I already have a negative sign over here, right, means I can just borrow from the guy, right? Okay? Now, negative is a set guy. If I take away the negative, right, you'll become happy, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this plus m plus 2. And then you make the denominator sad. Because denominator take away the sadness from the happy guy. So now denominator is sad. Okay? And this minus sign is going to go into here, right? To become m plus 2, 3, m minus 2. That fella will go and absorb everything. Okay? Okay, so now, am I able to combine them together easily? Yes, right? So what do I need to do? Do I still need to multiply by 2 minus m minus 2 or not? Don't need already, Okay, so what am I missing over here? I got m minus 2, I got 3m minus 2. What is missing? 3, So I just need to multiply the 3 over here and over here. So therefore, this will become 6m plus 3 plus m plus 2 over 3m minus 2. Okay, then just need to simplify. 7m plus 2 over 3 bracket m minus 2. That's it. Okay? That's it. Alright, so easy, Now, I'm going to give you guys around like I think 7 minutes to go and try out the next question. Okay? Okay, so there will be the try yourself for part A, part B, part C, part D. Do as much as you can. Cannot finish, never mind. Okay? So I will give you around. Okay, never mind, I give you 10 minutes. Okay, I give you 8 minutes. Just try as much as you can. Okay? Cannot finish, never mind. But go and try out first. Okay? Yes. Okay, quite a number of you are already at 1.3. I also don't know why. You're very fast. Okay, I'll start to do the workings, so you'll just double check whether it's same or not. Okay, first two questions, you'll just double check whether it's the same as this. So I have written over here what you need to factorize. Okay? So for the first two questions, just have a look. Just to double check whether it's correct or not. Okay, I'll leave this for a while. Those who are not done yet, you all finish first. Yes, start. Oh, you are different like school. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Okay, next page. For the online quiz, this question's okay, right? I do the next page already. If you need, you just let me know. Okay? Okay, I think time's up already, right? Okay, come. Let's run through part B and part C, okay? Then, now for part B, right? If you all look at my answer on top, right? Can I factorize anything on top? Cannot. But bottom, right? How many terms do I have at the bottom? How many do I have at the bottom? Bottom got how many? Like this gentleman over here? 4, yeah, 4. Like gang sign, yeah. Okay, so if you see 4 terms, right? You use what technique? Grouping, okay. So then just ask yourself, I can just group these two and these two together. So I will get the following over here. Okay, can I check who didn't get this? All have, right? So like easy peasy lah. Okay, now the thing over here is that I have 2a minus b. I also have b minus 2a. Okay, that is a problem because I cannot group them together, right? So what must you do? You need to flip the sign, but you need to flip another one. Okay, so you need to flip twice, right? The sign over here will become a minus. And then this guy will flip, become 2a minus b. Right? Once you have that, you will be able to factorize 2 minus 3y bracket 2a minus b. And from there, you can cancel off common factors. You will get x plus y over x minus 3y. Okay? Yes. Negative b plus? Yes, same thing. Hey, wait, I put plus over here. Okay? But basically, as long as they're the same, right, can already. Alright? Now for the next question over here. Okay, 11y minus over 5y minus 5, right? Minus 4 minus 3y over 10 minus 2y. So once again, common factor, I only have this one. So straight away, I will do 11y over y minus 5 minus 4 minus 3y over 2 bracket 5 minus y. And once again, you have another situation of y minus 5, 5 minus y. So you need to flip, right? You need to flip this fellow over here and this fellow over here, right? So therefore, my next line will become 11y over y minus 5. I flip the sign and I flip the denominator. From there, I will be able to combine 22y plus 4 minus 3y over 2 bracket y minus 5. And therefore, this will become 19y plus 4 over 2y minus 2. Okay, like this. Okay? Can see or not? Clear? Anyone got any questions? Online people here, anyone got any questions? Yes, what's up? Oh my god, I'm blind. Yes, thank you. Thanks. See right too fast, cannot see. Okay? Okay, the answer key is not written by me, but it's the same thing lah. For simplified answer, you must ensure that it's both ideally you don't want to see both negative lah. Okay? But personally, for me, I think you should leave it. You should not have double negative. Okay, so in the event you have double negative, right, factorize it out. Can? Okay, let's move on to the next question. I cannot move on already? Yes, Okay, if you need to go back, please let me know. Now let's focus on solving equations. Okay, and I'm very tired already. I'm going to sit down first. Old man already. Need to sit down already. Okay, now solve the equation. Blah 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 equals to blah blah blah. Now, whenever you see a fraction equals to a fraction or a fraction equals to something else, okay, you always do this thing called the escalator. Okay, so what do I mean by that? Very simple. Okay, now 20 is at level 1. Okay, and x plus 1 is at basement 1. Okay, same thing, 2x plus 5 is on level 1. My goal is that if they all take escalator, right, they will always go in this direction, right? So what I can do is x plus 1, when he take the escalator, right, he will go and meet 2x plus 5. Okay, so it will become like this, like this. Okay, straightforward. Then this part just expand. So it will become 2x squared plus 5x plus 2x, 7x plus 5, right? Then I will finally have 2x squared plus 7x minus 15 equal to 0. Now, what kind of equation is this? What kind of equation is this? Quadratic, right? How many of you hate quadratic equations? Well, once again, everybody loves quadratic. I see back row. You all hate it. You all hate quadratic equation, is it? Don't know. Okay. Okay or not okay? 紧张啊？紧张啊yo? Okay. Wow, nice. I hate it. Wow, finally got people say I hate it. Okay, so can I just check? Anybody know the calculator method? How many know the calculator method? How many don't know? How many never hear the calculator method before? Okay, so I will, for the benefit of everyone, I will show y'all. Okay, so over here, what I will do is y'all can take out your calculator to follow me. Okay, but calculator give me wrong answer 90% of the time. It's because you key wrongly. Okay, don't blame the machine, blame you. Now, go to your calculator, right? Okay, my one is a bit different. My one is the advanced one. Okay, but ideally you want to go to equations and then look for these two. Now, are you solving a simultaneous equation? No, right? So it has to be polynomial, right? Then they ask you, polynomial degree what? What is this? What degree is this? 2. The degree of a polynomial, right, is the highest power. Okay, this is not something you all learn in Sec 2. Okay, it's a Sec 3 thing. But ideally, when you see power 2, right, you just look for 2, can already. So you will get ax squared plus bx plus c, right? You key in accordingly. Did someone just say the quadratic formula? Is it you? You all know the quadratic formula? Are your IP schools or not? Your IP, huh? What school are you from? NYGH. Oh, okay, can. Oh, you're very fast, Okay, the reason why I asked is because normal schools only learn this in Sec 3. Yeah, so you guys are very fast. Now, so I have this, right? My goal is to factorize this thing. Okay, but I know based on my answer key, my final answer is x equals to 3 over 2 or x equals to -5. Okay, so this is my final answer according to the calculator. But the question is, how do you show that you factorize this properly? Very simple. Okay, you need to Uno reverse this, right? By multiplying. Okay, so for this one, right, you got x equals to 3 over 2, right? What you should do is to multiply the 2 first. So I have 2x equals to 3. Okay, for the other one, right, I don't do anything first. Okay, my goal is to make sure that there's no fraction and I move everything to one side. Okay, so I will have 2x minus 3 equals to 0. For the second one, right, the x equals to -5, right, I bring the -5 over, it will become x plus 5 equal to 0. Therefore, my factorization is 2x minus 3, x plus 5 equal to 0. That's how you factorize it in the calculator method. Okay, then some of you ask, I need to show working. You just anyhow write over here, 2x minus 3, x plus 5, here don't need to put anything. 2x squared, -3x, 10x, -15. You came up with the solution by finding the solution first. Very good. Okay, so if anybody need to write this down, right, you use the calculator to smoke this answer out. Okay, but be a bit smart put this on top Okay, don't anyhow put this anywhere Okay, so I just showed you how to do the calculator method If you're not sure, it's recorded, so don't worry. Okay. Now, of course, sometimes the question will not ask you to solve; they only ask you to factorize. In that case, right, do not show them this part. Okay. Do not show if not solving. Okay, just show the on top part already. Can? So at least you all have an idea of how I use the calculator to factorize this out. Okay, now For part B, same thing. I cross multiply. Okay, I bring everything to one side. Then x is equals to 1 over 4. This is a linear equation. It's very easy one. No need to do any shenanigans. That's it. Okay? Okay, I have some questions. I still don't understand the change of signs. Okay, you are asking about a plus b equals to b minus a negative, that kind, right? Is that what you're asking? Okay, so for this one, right, basically you need to ask yourself, when I expand this out, right, okay, I'll have minus b plus a, right? So whenever you expand in, right, your signs, your letters will flip. You think about it. Okay, so all you need to remember is when you want to flip the sign, right, a minus b is just equals to flip the b and the a, keep the position of the minus, and add a minus sign outside. That's it. Is that better? Okay, you got it, Good. Now the rest okay, Okay, with that, I high key don't want to waste time, so I will just go through these two questions. Okay, because I see many of y'all do already. So I will just go through. Okay, so for this one, when you see a fraction plus a fraction equals to a number, what do y'all do first? What can y'all do? Okay, let's ask this gentleman over here. Okay, what do you do? What would you do? Have you done this question? Yeah, what do you do first? Combine the first two, is it? Okay, good. Right, make the bottom the same, right? Now, of course, some of you will ask me, sure, can I combine with the two instead? That means to say bring this to the other side. You can do that. Okay, so do what y'all think is better for y'all. Okay, I will just, most of you will just not bother and just combine these two. So let's just do that. Okay, I'll have 21x minus 7 plus 10x minus 15 over 35 equals to 2, right? Once you have this, right, simplify and cross multiply. Okay, so on top, it will become 31x minus 22. On the right hand side, this guy go up the escalator, will become 70. And therefore, x is equals to 92 over 31. Finish. Now, how many of you all need to put this in mixed fraction? Anyone need to leave this answer in mixed fraction? No need, Okay, if you all need your own self, go and put. Okay, I won't bother. Okay, can I just check? Anyone got any questions? Yes, no? Okay, thank you, Hannah. I thought I disabled private chat already. Okay, anyways. For part B, x minus 3 over 2 minus 4 over x plus 4 equals 0. What do y'all do? What do y'all do? Trevor? Right, shift this fella over, right? Okay, so I have this equals to this. So what can I use now? I got fraction equal to fraction. What can I do? Kelly's, what can I do? Right, cross multiply, right? Or escalator. Okay, so what do I do? This guy will go up, this guy will go up. Okay, so what happens? X minus 3, x plus 4 equals to 8. So you expand out, you will have the following. Okay, then now, once again, you can smoke your way through with the calculator. Okay, by keying in 1 minus 20. Okay, and I will have x equals to 4, x equals to negative 5. So once again, Uno reverse your way back to the answer. Okay, I will have x minus 4 equal to 0, x plus 5 equal to 0, like that. Then my factors will become x minus 4, x plus 5. Then on this side over here, just bomb them your x minus 4, x plus 5. Okay, then you go key in your x squared minus 4x, 5x minus 20. Like that. That's it. Okay? And? Okay, So that is for part B. So with the calculator method, I think you guys are a bit more confident. Okay? I think maybe got some of you a bit shy. Okay? My own students struggle with this method personally. As in with the normal way of doing the table. So I showed them this calculator method. I think it's a game changer. Okay? Now, Let's move on. Can we? Are you all done already? Yes? Okay. Now this part over here. This part a bit tedious. So it's given that P equals to Q minus 1, Q minus R. The question asks you to express Q in terms of P and R. Now, for this type of question, you must always ask yourself, where is my P? Okay? Where is my Q? My Q is here and here, right? Okay? The problem is, right, my Q is at level 1, my Q is at basement 1. So how do I get them to meet? Can they be at level 1 and level B1 at the basement 1 and level 1 at the same time? Cannot, cannot. Cannot, right? They must meet, right? So how to meet? You bring the basement guy 1 up to level 1. Okay? And you can only do that using your cross multiplication. Can? So therefore, I will have P bracket Q minus R equal to Q minus 1. Okay? Wow, now the escalator method very popular. Okay, so now that you have this ready, right? Your Q is being kidnapped by P. So how? Free the Q. Go and expand out. Okay, so PQ minus PR equals to Q minus 1. And from there, you will then notice that my Q and my Q terms can combine. Therefore, I'm going to move all the Q terms to one side and move all the remaining terms on the other side. Like so. And since I got Q and Q already, right? I am going to factorize out the Q so that I have P minus 1, PR minus 1, and now I can just apply my Q equals to PR minus 1 divided by P minus 1. That's it. Okay? So the main objective is just to do a few techniques. Okay? Just make sure that you bring your Q's in the same level. If you need to expand to free them out, go and expand. If you need to move them to one side to make them meet, go and do that. Okay, so finally in this line, Q and Q meet together already. Happily ever after. Okay? Can. You mean like that, right? Can. This is also accepted. Plus? What do you mean plus? Why got plus 1? No, there's no plus. If you put plus, it's wrong already. Because they are supposed to be opposite signs. Okay? Now, for these two examples, right? I think some of you also have tried out already. So let's go through this together. Okay? Now, express x in terms of g, h, and k. Okay? So ask yourself, x is over here, right? Okay? X is at the denominator. So in order for me to make it a subject, can it remain at B1? Cannot, right? Okay? Where got your subject, your K-pop star is at the bottom one. It's always up there one. Sing song up there one. Right? So you need to bring it up. Okay, so I bring it up, right? X squared minus 4 times h equals to k minus g. But here's the thing. I don't need the h, right? So what can I do? I can actually just bring the h down. Okay? If you go back to my escalator, right? The h can go down. Can swap place with the x squared minus 4. Therefore, I will skip this step and straight away put this over h. Okay? Therefore, x squared is equals to 4 plus k minus g over h, and x is equals to plus minus square root 4 plus k minus g over h. The two of you behind there, right? Which of you got the right answer? You. So the other one, where did you go wrong? Then who's correct? Who's wrong? You change your answer, then you tell. Okay, very good, very good. Very good. So there's a mistake, right? What's the mistake? Okay, can. I get. Okay? Your answer was flipped. That's why I was very confused. Yeah, okay? So now, with part B, right? Same thing. Make G in terms of T and P, right? Your G is down here. But the problem is I have a square root. Okay? The square root is preventing me from taking the escalator up. So I must get rid of the square root. How do you get rid of the square root? You do what? Square. Right? So I will square both sides. And finally, this guy can take the escalator up. But this guy go down, this guy go up. Okay? Because I want G plus 5 to be by himself. So G plus 5 is equal to T times 16 over P squared. and therefore G is equals to 16T over P squared minus 5. That's it. Very fast. Okay? Let's leave this for a while, then take down the answer. Okay? Anyone got any questions? Yes, no? No, ah? Let's move on, ah? Okay, let's look at congruence. Let's look at the next part, okay? Now, this is on congruency and similarity. How many of y'all don't like this topic? Okay, seems like everybody is quite okay with it, okay? But let me tell you, Sec 3s, right? Okay, Sec 3s also learn congruency and similarity. But I think for my IP students, right, y'all will have learned how to prove already, right? Okay, Sec 2, y'all don't know how to prove yet. Yeah, so Sec 2, the normal Sec 2s, right, wouldn't know how to prove congruency and similarity. You will only be able to find that in your the EMAth questions lah. Okay, so if you all want to, you can go look at the EMAth recording. Okay. Now, for congruency and similarity, right, for my mainstream students, you hate it about like 65, 67%. You very funny, are you? Previous class also 6, 7, Naughty, Okay, yes. Yes, 6, 7. Okay, I got it. 6, 7. What does it even mean? I'm going to find out later. I don't know. You don't pretend. You confirm no one. Okay, it better not be some vulgar thing, I tell you, Okay, now, for congruency and similarity, right, when you see the word congruency, right, okay, it means equivalent. Okay, so when I say two shapes are congruent, right, they must follow the same order. So this one, right, I will show you in the example. But the main thing is that for congruence, right, you always talk about shape and sizes. Now, in this case, right, shape refers to your interior angles. Okay, so for example, this is a pentagon, a regular pentagon, right? What characterizes a regular pentagon? All its interior angles must be the same angles, right? So it characterizes with another type of pentagon, right? Because same thing, this is a regular pentagon with all equal sides. So they are matching. Okay, that is what describes the shape. But in terms of size, right? Okay, is big or small, right? Size is talking about big or small, big, small. Okay, shape talks about the form. So for congruence, right, shape and sizes must be the same. But for similar figures, right, the shape must still be the same, which means angles are preserved. But for sizes, right, they may not be the same. However, they are proportionate. Okay, the sizes are proportionate, which means you take any two of the sides, right, the ratio will be consistent for all the other sides. Okay, this part clear, You really don't know, Sure. Sure, okay, sure. Okay, now, let's look at the questions directly. Okay, I think for enlargement and reduction, this one not very important lah. Okay, let's just move on first. Okay, now, for work example 2.1, right? Okay, I have two quadrilaterals, ABCD and PQCR. They are congruent. Okay, congruent means same what? Same what? Same what? Shape and size. Okay, same shape. Hey, what am I writing? Same shape, same size, right? Now, when they tell you that ABCDs and PQCR are congruent, right? You need to check. AB must correspond to PQ. Okay? The order matters. Okay? It's not any random order. So first thing first, let's write this down. Okay? ABCD must match A and P, B and Q, C and C, and R and R. Okay? Now, Once you have this ready, right? This will become your method, your working, so to speak. Okay? Now we will find the length of CD. Okay, and CD is over here. Now, which shape contains CD? Okay, which of the shape contains CD? ABCD or PQCR? Which one? Sorry? ABCD, right? Now, some of you will tell me, PQCR also contains CD, right? But it is not the entire length. Okay, the entirety of it is CQ. Okay, but we are specifically talking about CD, right? So ask yourself, ABCD, right? I don't know what is CD, but I know a shape is congruent to ABCD. Okay, so which side must correspond to CD for the other shape? CR. Okay, so look for CR. CR is over here, right? What is CR? 14. Finish. Okay, so you just need to write CD is equal to CR equals to 14 cm. Done. Okay. Now for the length of DQ, DQ is this small fella over there. Okay. Now I know that CD is 14, but how to find DQ? I don't know. Okay, I don't know what's DQ, right? But then back to the question. If you are able to find something related to DQ, right? Maybe there's a chance you can find DQ. And the next thing I need to take note, sometimes questions, right, will have continuity from the previous part. Okay? So in the previous part, I have CD. CD and DQ makes up what? C? Q. Very good. Okay? Thanks, Adam. Very good. So go back to CQ. Okay? Now, which of the shape contains CQ? Which of the shape contains CQ, guys? I don't know again. Say again. PQCR. Very good. So PQCR, right? I need CQ. Which side corresponds to CQ for the other shape? NJ? What shape corresponds to CQ? Who is above C? C, right? Who is above Q? B, right? So the side that's equal to CQ is? Very good. Okay, so BC, do we know BC, guys? What's BC? 22. So BC is equals to CQ equals to 22, right? Therefore, DQ is equals to 22 minus 14. Answer is 8. Finish. Okay? Can? You look okay? Can? You okay, huh? Can or cannot? Can, huh? This side all okay, right? Yes, Adam, very good. Wow, this seems to be our favorite topic, huh? Mr. Adam. Okay, how to find BAD? How to find angle bad? Bad. How to find bad? Okay, so for this type of question, right, you need to look. BAD, okay, if you look at the number ordering, right, okay, BAD is number 2, number 1, number 4 configuration, right? So I need to look at 214 in the other shape, okay, and 214 happens to be Q, P, and R. Okay, let me show you again. Q, P, and R. Okay, so QPR is 68. And therefore, Mr. Bad is equals to Mr. QPR equals to 68 degrees. That's the answer. Okay? Everyone can follow, Okay, last but not least, angle CRP. Okay? CRP is over where? It's over here, right? Okay? So CRP, okay, if you use the same technique, CRP, okay, CRP, okay, so it's 3, 4, 2, right? It will match with CDB. Okay, so CDB is here. Uh-oh, I don't know what is CDB. How? This question got error, cannot do. Okay, I know that CRP is equals to BCD, but I don't know what is BCD. So I think this question got error, right? No lah, of course not lah. Okay, so the thing is, right, whenever you're finding an unknown, right, when you encounter this situation, right, very high chance you will be able to find the other angles one. You just need to go and show it. Okay, so something about this we go and look at the triangle, the quadrilateral CQPR. Okay, it is made up of 116, 68, and this angle that we don't know, right? Can we find this angle? What is the angle? What is the angle, guys? 94, right? So therefore, you can just write first that angle ABC is equals to angle PQC, which is 94 degrees. Therefore, angle CRP is equals to what? How do you find an angle in this kind of shape? 360 minus all of the other angles inside, right? Hey, thanks very much. Okay, so 360 minus 116 minus 94 minus 68, answer 82. Okay. Question never ask you to find reason, right? But if you really want to, you can plot you can write okay, sum of angles of chord. Okay, you can write this down. All right. So that's it for this question. Okay. Now let's move on. Let's move on in a few moments. Yeah, 360 degrees. Very good. Can? Okay, I will give you one more question first, right? Let's move on to work example 2.2. Can you move to page number 11? Okay, work example 2.2. Can? Okay, so same concept. We have two similar pentagons drawn below. All lengths are given in centimeters. Okay, so we want to find F. Now, same thing. This one over here. Oh, this question never even give me ABCD. Okay, but is it obvious or not? Is it obvious the shapes, right? It's obvious, okay, because why? This is a right angle, this is a right angle. It has to be corresponding. Okay, so there's only one way that you can make this shape the same. Okay, since they already tell you that it's similar, right? You just need to piece them in such a way that they are the same. So some of you what you all can do is you can just go and trace it out. Okay, trace out on a piece of paper, then just go and also rotate. Okay, if not, what you all can do is you all know this is a flip 90 degrees, right? You will get this. So fill this in, put your right angles over here, put your 22.4 over here, put your 16 over here. Okay, then your F is over here. Like that, make your life very easy already. Okay? Can? So what I did was I just rotated the shape so that it's easy to compare. So now I just need to I power the top and the bottom. Okay? Now question asks me to find F. Okay, so once again, since they are similar, right? What must be the same? Angles, right? So I have 90 degrees. I got 130, I got 110. What must this be? This must be my... What letter is this? F. Very good. Thank you, Angie. So this is F, right? Now, this is how to find F. How to find F? How do you get 540? I guess one. Is it? It's a formula, right? Okay. Now, that formula is because of what shape is this? Guys, what shape is this? Pentagon. Okay, this is a pentagon. Okay, so whenever you have a polygon, right, you must make use of your polygon formula. But hey, some of you will tell me, Che, I forgot the formula. So let me do a quick way of deriving the formula. Now, the general formula for an n polygon, right, for interior angle is 180 times n minus 2. But some of you will tell me, Che, I cannot remember this. So the shortcut to this is just go and draw out a pentagon and ask yourself, how many triangles can I fit inside? Okay, minimally, I can fit these 3 triangles inside, right? The angles over here is add up to what? 180, right? These 3 angles I add up, also 180. These 3 angles I add up, also what? 180, right? So how many 180s do I have? 3. Therefore, sum of interior angles is 180 times 3. Therefore, F is equals to 540 minus 100 minus 130 minus 90 minus 90. The answer is... Okay, I look at the wrong question. Okay, the answer is 130. Sorry? You got something? You all can see? Can the 2 on the corner can see Why can't it be 130 degrees You mean because it looks symmetrical, right? Did the question ever tell you symmetrical? It says similar. Are they symmetrical? Did they ever say you are saying that they are similar because it's symmetrical, right? Okay, F is here, it's not here. They are not the same, right? What do you mean F can't be the other one? You mean why can't this be 130? You mean straight away? Because you don't know what? How do you know? You are asking because you are thinking it's symmetrical, right? Like because it's opposite like that, right? Or you mean why can't it be here? Because the question just give you like that, what? Can you phrase it a bit more specific? Like you're asking why this cannot be F, right? Because when you compare to the previous shape, right, the F was originally in this position. It wasn't okay. If I tell you that this is F, right, straight away you can tell me it's 130. Agreed? But the question didn't say that. The question says it's here. So when you compare the 2 shapes, right, it will actually be in this position. Does that answer the question? Okay. But if you're asking me why can I not let it be equal to the opposite side because it's symmetrical, right? The answer is you cannot assume. Okay, I hope that's clear to you. Because in the event there is like that, right? I mean, this part can be shorter, what? Then I will have a lopsided figure. If this is 130, it doesn't mean that this is 130. Okay, so that is the second part of the explanation. But as to whether the position, right, it really depends on where you define your F. So your F is on the left side of the right angle. It will naturally be here. It won't be on the other side. Okay, I hope that's better for you. Yeah, come here. Let's use I power and say 130. You still need to use 360 minus all the values, right? Okay. Now for G, G is on this side over here. Agreed? It's on this side over here. So it's on the left side, right? So on the left side, corresponding to the one on top, it is 16. Okay? But they said that they are similar. So is G 16 or not? No, G is not 16. So you cannot assume that it's 16. But what else do we know? Okay? So for similar figures, right, we will always use ratio to answer the question. Okay? And in this case, right, we know 16 and G. Is there any other lengths that we know? What other lengths do we know? Right, 22.4 and 14, right? Okay, so if you start from the on top one, right, you take 22.4 over the smaller one, right? Okay, then make sure that you correspond the values on the same shape. So if on top is the first shape, you use 16 on top. Below you use 14, right? You use G. Okay, or some of you will write 14 over 22.4 equals to G over 16. Okay, also can. Then you just need to cross multiply as follows, right? So G is equals to 16 times 14 over 22.4. Yes? Nothing? Okay. So this one, the answer will be 10. Okay, 10 cm. How you know it's 10 cm? All lengths are given in centimeters. Okay, is given in this fashion. Can or not? Okay, alright? Okay, let me give you guys a break first. Okay, I will give you a 5 minutes break. Okay, I'll give you a 5 minutes break first. You can go and chill first. Okay? Okay, anyone got anything, please let me know. Yes. Okay, for those who are late again, I will be nice and send you all the QR code again, okay? Alright, no problem. Yes, what's up? Eh, Let me check. Yeah, okay, hi. But your stream is IPG mà. Thì cứ nếu mà một set quay thì nó lên là okay. Very much weird. I went to the lunch. Okay. Oh, you expected first. Where your party go up? You should bring to the other side, right? Right. You should bring to the other side immediately, right? Right? 我饿了，要不要吃了？啊？呀，我这里有一个。Yeah, yes, what's up? No, no. Oh. Right. Ready? What answer acceptable? I don't get what answer acceptable. So you ML what rank? Highest is MH only. I very small one. Okay, I 30 star only. Okay. Oh, you send this wait up I cannot see Yes, yes, correct. Yes. Very hungry. I haven't eaten anything. Please stand and talk. What happened? You guys okay? Huh? What they say? I'm good ah. Really ah? Honestly? Okay, thank you. Highest level of compliment from IP schools. I think that the second one wasn't that well thought out, to be honest. The second one was like, ugh. I hate second one topics. I hate second one topics. Like, very boring to me. Okay. But I don't listen to them. I tell them, I don't do. What? What? Then just tell them after I don't pay. Yeah. Yeah, you. Mama didn't know. Okay, Hen, let's come back to the lesson. Okay, now that you are back, right? I'm going to give you like 10 minutes, right? To try out this question over here. Okay, this is a congruent question, right? This is a similarity question. Okay, so for all of you, right, I will give around 10 minutes to go and try out both parts. Can? Okay, I will go around and check, yeah? Okay, so please go and try out. Can? The time. Your one, right? Yeah, I know some of y'all will be one, so I have some extra question. How about you? Oh, you want to I okay. So you get out one. Okay, so it's the first one, right? What? The code is fine. Okay, so how do you find it? Now we need to think about it. See how to find it first. Okay, so this triangle is our mass. Here is the what? What I need guys to be. I always draw this. Then look at the section, right? What very okay, typo. Okay, guys, sorry, the typo over here. Okay, sorry, my bad. Okay. For the question behind, right? Okay, this should be S. Okay, bro. Okay, never mind. I will just tell you the typo is at the extra questions. Okay, it's the last page, the last few pages, right? Change SRZ to SRT. Okay. Question 6. Okay. Once okay, you just go back to the rest of the question already. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah. Right? ST so you must correspond to also know what else to know. Yeah, right? You guys can talk. So, yeah, right? So it corresponds to QE. QE is supposed to be together with QE, right? In the bottom. So this is go. Okay, you see a lot. So can you do what? On top? Practice for practice. So I have 12x plus 36, which is 9x. Then the sum of x. You want to do it. Yes. I you do it. That's up. What do you learn? What has been what has been a good product? So one line, one short line, one long line doesn't. Yeah. What do you mean? The solve half of it. The like one that both are behalf. But escalation allows you to bring all of it. As long as you for national. Usually they tell you stop by not one. But my method allows you to verify. Yes. Huh? You so popular on IG. I always see around. No, I don't know from anyone else. Why? Why? You have nothing to do with your teachers. I just kept seeing your name on IG, that's all. What? That is the truth. What else do you want? Anyone will come over? Oh. Ini dah come right. Why lah? You like it? Let me take a look. No more friends with me after this. Okay, guys. Can we go back already? Can? Now I see a lot more people struggle with this topic. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay. Now, let's look at this question over here. Okay. Triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DAE. Okay, so ABC DAE like this. Okay, sorry, let me think of my watch first. Like Zaraki Kamachi, the Bankai can explode already. Okay, so ACE is a straight line. Okay, so this is a straight line. Now, given that AD is 8.7, okay, CE is 2.2, DE is 6.8, angle AD is 70, and angle ACB is 65. They ask you to find AE. So go back to my diagram over here. Okay, if AE is this triangle, right? It must correspond to BC. Agreed? So therefore, BC is equals to AE is equals to what? Oh, guys, I don't know what is BC. This question got error. Can do or not? You know, this question got no error. Okay, so let's look at it again. Okay, AC is this fella. Okay, this fella, not AC. AE is this fella, right? Okay. Now, when I compare it to the other triangle, it's BC, but I don't know anything about BC. So let's take a step back and ask ourselves, AE, right? Is it made up of multiple parts? Okay. So you will quickly be able to see, right, that this is 2.2. Okay, so what is AC? Can I find AC or not? Can, right? AC is equal to what? Very good. AC is equal to DE. Okay. So from there, AC equal to DE. Do I know DE? Fortunately, I know 6.8. Okay. Therefore, AE is equal to 2.2 plus 6.8. Answer 9. Okay? So just double check, 9 cm. Online people, you guys are okay, right? Okay, for part B, find angle EAD. Okay, so EAD is over here. Wow, I love the thumbs up, man. Okay, so EAD, okay, is 3, 1, 2. 3, 1, 2 configuration. Okay, so 3, 1, 2 is 3, 1, 2. Okay, 6 CAB. Okay, how to send big thumbs up? I think should be under reaction. Okay, so angle EAD is equals to angle CAB, right? And CAB is, oh, I don't know what CAB again. This question must have error again. Okay, no, it's not. Okay, so let's think back a little bit again. Now, let's look at all the angles that we have first. Okay, we have angle ACB. Okay, ACB must correspond to what? Okay, ACB must correspond to DEA, right? So DEA is over here. Wait. For IP, okay, because this one is a Sec 2 congruency topic, right? I will use similar figures. I won't use sign rule. But if your school allows you to use that, go ahead. Okay? Okay. You guys are calm down, man. Now I have a lot of anxiety already. Okay, so 65 is here. ACB must match DEA. So, okay, 65 is over here. Okay, so I know that angle ACB is equals to angle DEA. Therefore, I look at this angle over here. Now I know it's inside a triangle with two known angles. Therefore, angle EAD is equals to 180 minus 70 minus 65. Okay, the answer is 45 degrees. Okay, if you kiasu, you can write sum of angles in triangle. Okay. Okay, wait, I write it at the wrong part. Let me bring it up first. Okay, like that. Can? You guys okay, Okay. Now, how many of y'all cannot do part C? Confirm got people cannot do part C one. Okay, I got see a few people cannot do one. Okay, so never mind. I don't expose y'all. Okay. Now for part D, Tom states that AB is parallel to DE. Okay, so let's take a look over here. Okay, when you want to put parallel properties, right? Okay, think back about your Sec 1. Okay, for my mainstream students, you should have learned this in Sec 1, right? For IP students, I think you should have learned it as well. Okay, so AB is parallel to DE. Agree or not? For this case, right, let's think a little bit in the different direction. Okay, if AB and DE were to be parallel, right, what enables us to do what? Okay, so if AB is parallel to DE, right, always look for lines, right, that connect between the two parallel lines. So it's these two, right? Okay, these two will connect AB and DE. Okay, and immediately, what angles do you think you can, what properties do you think you can use? Okay, now if this is 70, right, what do you think this angle is? What do you think? What? No, I say, okay, let's say AB and DE is parallel. Okay, if this angle over here is 70, right, what do you think this angle will be? Why? Alternate angles. Okay, so guys, always think back. Parallel line properties, right? You can always utilize the following properties. CIA. Okay, police, C stands for corresponding, I stands for interior, A stands for alternate. Okay, so therefore, this is expected to be 70, but in reality, we know that was 65. This was actually 65, what? In the previous part, we just showed that this was 65. But it's not 70. So can these two be parallel or not? Cannot. Okay, so two parts to explain. Since angle BAE is equal to 70, but not equals to angle AED, which is 65 degrees, right? Therefore, by alternate angles, AD is not parallel to CD. That's it. Okay? Key thing I must see. Justify that they are not equal. Justify that by parallel angles, these two cannot be parallel. Okay? My back row guys, okay? Can? Now, another way you can use to prove this, right, is because okay, because this is 45, right? Okay, the sum of this angle is 115. You can also justify that 115 and 70 are not interior angles. That is another way of doing it. Okay, so these two methods are allowed for you to prove that they are not parallel. Clear? Okay. My online students, everyone okay? Okay, let's do this for a while. All right, thanks guys. Thanks for the thumbs up. Wow, I love this class, man. I feel so happy now. Okay, I promise myself I will eat a very good dinner to make up for my lunch. Okay, right. Let's move forward. Hey, Ken, Sham, yes, toilet. Go. Wow, I love how everyone is doing this. My class want to go toilet just go. I really appreciate that you guys ask me for permission to go toilet. For me, it's not granted lah. Okay. Wow, I love the responses. Okay, let's keep it up. Okay, this question over here. Triangle ABF is an enlargement of triangle DBC and a reduction of triangle ADE. Okay, so first thing first, angles. Okay, everything given, right? We have 9, we have 13, we have 19.5. Okay, all given over here. Okay, the question asks you to calculate the ratio of AF and AE. Okay, so for ratio type of questions, right, when it involves similar figures, right, always look out for the two triangles that contains AF and AE separately. Okay, so the three triangles, right, that we know is this three, right? Which of them contains AF and AE? Clearly the first and the last one. Okay, can I use this reason to prove that it is not parallel? What reason? You use corresponding or you use interior or... Yes, can. That was the one I went through just now. Okay, interior angles. Okay, so let's go back to this question. ABF is similar to ADE, right? So if you want to find AF over AE, right? Okay, you can take AF over AE, right? So same thing. Okay, I'm going to write this down somewhere else. ABF, ADE. Okay, and I match. Okay, AF must over AE, right? So let's write this down. Okay, AF over AE is equal to something over something. Okay, but my on top triangle, right, is ABF. My below triangle is ADE. Correct? So let's look at the sides, right, where we know the length. Okay, so we take a look. We know DE, we know 9, we know 13. Okay, so in this triangle that we're using, right, you should at least identify that this is the triangle we are looking at. This is the triangle we are looking at. Okay, so clearly, right, you are looking at two sides which are corresponding. And that will be your 13 and your 19.5, right? So just double check. BF and DE. Okay, indeed, BF is 13, DE is 19.5. So now we just need to copy down the values down over here, 13, 19.5. Okay, simplify your answer will be 2 over 3. Okay, but the question never asks you for fraction. The question asks you for ratio. Therefore, AF is to AE is equals to 2 is to 3. Okay, why the comment disappear? Okay, now EF, right? How to find EF? Okay, so EF is over here. Okay, and let's just draw the diagram again. Okay, so I know, right, this is 9, right? This is 13, this is 19.5. Okay, my goal is to find this guy. Okay, and I don't know what is that, right? So you can always use that as your EF, right? Okay, so how? This EF, right? Okay, yes. Oh, sorry, I thought you were asking me a question. So EF, right? You need to ask yourself, is it part of any triangle? Okay, clearly it is not part of the small one. Okay, the one over here, right? But it is part of the big one. Okay, that means to say you need to compare this whole thing. Okay, you need the whole thing, right? So this whole thing, right, is 9 plus EF. Okay, and by similar figures, right, the small one over the big one must equal to small one over big one lah. Okay, and we know, okay, that ABF is the small one, and angle ADE is the big one, right? So earlier on we have 2/3. If you follow this logic, okay, 9, right, which is your AF, must correspond to AE, which will therefore be 9 over 9 plus EF. Okay, now you can solve for EF already. EF is in the denominator. So what I will do is I will bring this guy up, bring these two guys down, bring this 3 up. Therefore, 9 plus EF is equal to 3 times 9 over 2. And the answer will therefore be 13.5. Okay, and therefore EF is equals to 13.5 minus 9. So that will give me 4.5. That is my answer. Okay, any questions? Can? Okay, okay, and last but not least, yes? What's happening? Want to share with me? What's happening? You okay, Something special going on? Okay, DBF, right, is this big angle over here. Okay, let me erase all the drawing. Okay, very confusing already, right? So DBE is this fella over here. Okay, how do I find this angle? Yes. Oh, I didn't see this. Sorry. Okay. Come, I leave it. Hey, thanks for the help, Evan. Sorry, I'm very frustrated because every time I must stop to give the worksheet. But thanks for the help. Okay, DBF, right, is this angle over here. Okay, so we are finding angles now. Okay, and to do this question, right, ask yourself. We know that this triangle is similar to this triangle, right? Correct. So what does that mean? That means this angle must be what? What angle must that be? The small one? By similar figures, right, that must be 63. Correct? Okay? So if that is 63, on top over here 63, what can you tell me about these two lines? Very good. Why? Why? Why parallel? I think I know it's parallel, but why? Anyone? Chat. Anyone? Very good. Corresponding angles. Okay, so BF is parallel to DE since angle BFA is equals to angle DEA, okay, by corresponding angles. That tells me that this angle, okay, let's take a look. So if this is 75, that is 63, right? Okay. What can I do with that? What else can I do? Okay, so one more thing, okay. They also mentioned that ABF is a reduction of ADE, which means ABF is also similar to ADE. Clear? So in order for me to find this angle, right, I need to know one more of the angles. But the problem is I don't know any of the angles, right, unless I move them around. Okay? So since ABF is and ADE are similar, right? I look at my angles. Okay, ABF, this is 63, right? So AFB must be similar to AED. Eh? Why must you using AED? Oh, sorry. I blur. Okay, I should be using the other triangle. Okay, I should be using DBC. Okay, so the angle that will be equal to 63, right, would then be DBC. So this is 63. Okay, so angle DBC is equals to angle, DCB. Okay, DCB is equals to angle AFB, which is 63 degrees, right? And so, I know that this guy is 63, right? This fella is 180 minus 63, right? Okay, so this one over here, wait, let me just double check. Oh, my bad. That is not 63. This is 63. Sorry. Okay, so this one over here is 63. Okay, sorry. Let me just do a bit of correction. Okay, so angle DCB is equals to 63. Actually, it's the same thing lah. I never write anything else wrong. Okay, it's just the last part I write wrongly. Okay, so now that you know that this is 63, right? This is 75. How do you find this angle over here? What can I do? Yes. What can we do? Angles in the triangle, right? To find this guy over here. And then, very good. Okay, so you apply two steps, angles in the triangle and angles on a straight line. However, every time you hear angles on straight line and angles in triangle, there's a shortcut, right? Very good. Exterior angles equals the sum of interior angles, opposite. Okay? So if you want to use the long method, it's okay. If you want to use the short method, also okay. So therefore, DBF is equals to 63 plus 75 equals to 138. Okay, so this is the exterior angle of triangle. Or, some of you will tell me, sure, 180 minus 67 minus 75, right, equals to 42. Okay, cause sum of angles in triangle. And then 180 minus 42 will give me 138, cause of angles on straight line. Okay, this method is also acceptable if you cannot remember the shortcut. Okay, can? Okay, the rest okay, You use adjacent angles. Can use, Okay, I don't know what you can use, but basically I did a lot of weird things over here, Okay? Alright, can I move on? Okay. Next part. Okay, next part over here, right, is your direct proportions and inverse proportions. Can I show of hands? Have a show of hands. How many of y'all don't like this topic? How about y'all? You don't like? Like or don't like? Okay, never mind, I give up already. Okay, how about you guys? Okay? Okay. This topic, right? You only need to remember two things. Okay? The keyword in this topic, when it's the percentage one, I hate, I know. Okay? So, very simple. Now, when you see directly proportional, okay, you always write y equals to a multiple of x. Okay, so this is direct. If you are looking for inverse, right, you just terbalik k over x. Okay, what does direct and inverse mean? Direct means if y goes up, x must go up or down. Up, right? So both must go at the same time, right? So they are in the same line. Okay. However, if you are looking at y and x need inverse, right? If y goes up, x must go up or down. Down, so x will be below. That's why you all see y is on top, x is below, like that. Okay, easy to see, right? So when it's inverse, one up, one down, one at level 1, one at basement 1. Okay, if both are directly proportional, both will be at level 1 at the same time. Okay, the only thing you must ensure is that your k is always at level 1, no matter what. Clear? Okay. So, of course, you have your all these weird things lah. Okay, the weird things, right? You just follow, can already. Okay. Now, yeah, Brian, I get it. I feel you, man. Okay. So for direct proportion, right? You realize, right, that y equal to kx, right? What kind of equation is this? Before you go toilet, before you feel water, right? What is this? What does this look like? What kind of graph is this? Linear, right? It's a linear graph, right? Does it have a y-intercept? What's the y-intercept? The y-intercept, is there a y-intercept over here or not? Have or don't have? What's the y-intercept? 0. Which means it must pass through the origin. Okay, so this is just a straight line that passes through origin. Okay? For inverse, this one, no choice, it's like that. Okay? But you think about it, when y goes up, x must go down, what? Right? You and the 6 and 7 again. Goodness me. Why every time go 6, 7, 1? Okay, now one more thing, percentage change. Okay? This one I'll just quickly run through. Your percentage change is always final minus the original divided by the original. So FOO. Okay? This one I will run through in the examples later, so don't worry. Okay? Now, next part. Let's run through the questions. Okay? Work example 3.1. The table below shows some corresponding values of two quantities x and y. Okay? Without doing any calculation, explain x and y are inversely proportional. So once again, to prove that x and y are inversely proportional, right? What must you show? If I don't want calculation, what is the layman terms for this? Very good. When y increase, the other one decrease. Okay, so just very clearly say x increase, y decrease. Okay, I write short form for y'all. Why is it a curve and not a straight line? Okay, easiest way to explain is to plot it out for you guys. Okay, so this one now, I will use Desmos to show y'all. Okay, so I'm going to write a function over here. Okay, I will just draw a graph for you guys. So let's define this function to be 1 over x. Okay, then you just need to label 1 and this fella. Okay, don't need to worry what f1 is. It's basically just saying you sub inside your 1, right? You will get the 1 over 1. Okay, so 1 divided by 1 is 1. That's all it means. Okay? And then the other one, right? The coordinate is 2, comma F2. Like that. Okay? So sorry to hear that, man. Okay, 3, comma F3. Like that. Guys, does this look like a straight line to you guys? No, right? Okay, what else? 4, comma F4. Yes? What? Oh, I thought someone said something. Okay, guys, is this a straight line? No, right? So that's why it is a curve. Like that. Okay, can? But some of you will ask me, right? Sure, why got the below part 1? Okay, answer very simple. We don't talk about negative, inverse, and direct proportion. That's clear day and night. Okay? Not that we cannot, we just don't talk about it. Okay? So this, I hope that this will ease your understanding as to why this is not a curve and this is not a straight line, but it's a curve. Okay? So now, whenever you're asked to express y in terms of x, right? Very simple. When you see inverse proportions, right? Y is equals to k. Where will your x be? On top or below? Below, so like that. Your job is to find k. Okay? Now, for this case, right, to find k, right, what must you know? I don't know y and I don't know x, I don't know k. Or do I know x and y? I know, right? Okay, where can I find it from? I give you what? I give you a table, right? You make use of the table. Okay? So when x is what, y is what? Can I find a random point over there? Okay? So I got 1 and 6. Right? When x is equal to 1, y is equal to 6. So I can use these values inside. Okay, so 6 equals to k over x. Or rather k over 1, k is equal to 6. Once you know your KD, right? Then you write y is equal to 6 over k, 6 over x. Finish. Okay, so the steps for this very straightforward. Find your k first, then go and write your expression in terms of y and x. Okay, the goal is I don't want to see k anymore. I want to see a number. Okay, and with that, find the value of p. So the equation that we have is y equals to 6 over x, right? Now, p is where? Where can you find p over here? P is here, right? What corresponds to p? Anyone? Like my red shirt guy over there? Okay, come. What corresponds to the number p? When y goes to p, right? What is your x? Don't know. Okay, guys. This is represented as a coordinate, right? 1, 6, 2, 3, 3, 2, right? That kind, right? Agreed? Okay? Your coordinates is like your boyfriend and your girlfriend inside. Okay? Your x is your boyfriend, your y is your girlfriend. Must together, right or not? Okay? So if P is my girlfriend, right? Who is the boyfriend? The guy on top, lor. So what's the number? 5. Thank you. So when y is P, your x is 5. Therefore, P is equal to 6 over 5 or 1.2. That's it. Right? Clear? Boleh faham tak? Okay? Boleh Faham tak? Faham Why got Malay language one? So very random. Okay, let's leave this for a while. Faham, very good. Faham. Okay Selamat malam Okay, can? Okay, let's move on. Okay, let's move on to work example 3.2. Okay, I'm going to go a bit faster because I think I got no time already. Okay, now, work example 3.2. Okay, P is the direct proportional to the square of Q. When you see square of Q, what do you write? You write Q squared. Agreed? Square of Q means that's Q squared, what? Correct or not? Okay, so when I see P is directly proportional to Q squared, what do I write? I write P is equals to what? KQ squared. Very good. Okay. Now, my goal is to find P when Q is 4. Correct? So I know Q. I don't know P. But do I know K or not? Do I know K, guys? I don't know K, right? So I need to go and find K first. How to find K? If you want to find K, right, you must know what first? You must know P and Q. Do I have a value of P and Q? Don't know. But what I know is that the sum of values of P when Q is 2 and Q is 3 is 26. So why don't we work with this, right? So when Q is 2, P is equals to 4K. Because 2 squared, right, is 4. 4 times K is 4K. But when Q is 3, okay, when Q is 3, right, P is equals to 9K. When I add them up, okay, 4K plus 9K, it is equals to 26. Therefore, K is equals to 2. Okay, this question is unusual because normally they don't tell you find the sum of K, right? They just tell you like that. So it's a bit unusual. Okay, so once you find your K already, right, then go back to your question, your problem. Okay, P is equals to 2 times Q squared. Now I can go back and find P because I know my value of K, I know my value of Q. So when Q is equals to 4, right? P is equals to 2 times 4 squared. And that will give me 32. Finish. Clear? Can? Alright, nice. Okay, online guys, you guys are okay, huh? I'm tired. Okay. Very good. I love the responses. Okay, keep it coming. Now, for the next part, okay, I'm going to skip this part first, huh? Okay, 3.3. This is an application question. Now, the braking distance of a vehicle is directly proportional to the square of its speed. The problem with this question is that I never define what is my speed and what is my braking distance, correct? So, I can include my own what? Variables. Okay? So, I know D is equals to KS squared. What got con one? Eh? Wait, what happened? I'm too fast, ah? You want me to go back to here? Sabrina, are you okay? You understand the previous part? Oh, okay. Can. Can I move on first? I go a bit slower, huh? Okay, so D equals to KS squared, right? So this part I will go very slow because I think y'all hate this part already. Y'all see percentage. Ugh, disgusting. Okay, so when the speed is V, right? So in other words, speed is V means S equals to V. Okay? Then D is equals to 6. So plug in these values inside over here. So I know 6 is equals to kV squared, right? But then when the speed is increased by 100%, now what does the word by 100% means? When I tell you I increase the number of plates of Hokkien Mee I eat by 2. At first I eat 1, I increase by 2. How many did I eat? I ate 1 plate of Hokkien Mee just now. I ate 2 plates later. Right? I increased by 2 plates. So total how many plates I eat? 3 lah. It's additive, right? So when you see the word by, increase by, right? You are adding on. But adding the 100% to what? The base, right? What is your base percentage? 100. So my final percentage, right, is 200%. What is another meaning for 200%? Twice. Very good. Okay? Times 2, right? So what times 2? The speed times 2. Therefore, your new speed is just 2V. Does that make sense? Okay, my new speed is 2v. Okay, so with that, d is equals to k2v squared, and that will be equal to 4v squared k. Agreed? So this, if my new speed is 2v, right, my new distance is 4kv squared. Okay, so now let's go back to the question first. We want to find the expression for the new speed. Okay, we only want to find the expression of the new speed, right? The new speed is just 2v. Okay, so the distance, right, will be in part B. Oh, wrong. So let's move this down. Okay, new speed is 2v, right? The braking distance would then be 4kv squared. But the problem is, we want this in terms of v. Do we want to see k inside there or not? We do want to see k, right? Okay, so how do we find the new braking distance? Ask yourself, do we know what is kv squared or not? What is kv squared? It's 6. It's from my previous part. So all I have to do is to replace that whole thing with 6. So this will be 4 times 6, answer 24 meters. Okay? That is how you use your percentages. Everybody clear or not? Yes. Oh, because your new speed, right? Okay, is just twice the previous speed, right? Okay, the square is the formula, right? That formula is used to find your distance. Does that make sense? So what you're finding, right? Okay, your original speed is v, right? Okay, but your new speed is 200% of your initial speed, correct? Which is 2 times of your previous speed. That is 2v. Does this involve your equation or your formula? No, it's unrelated. That formula is actually for part B. Okay, I hope that clears your doubt. Okay, online people, everyone okay? Okay, if okay, then okay. Not okay, let me know. Now, we want to find a percentage increase in the braking distance. Okay, so ask yourself, what was the original speed? Okay, original speed, right? Wrong. Original distance, right, is 6. The final distance is 24. Agreed? So to find your percentage increase, right? Or what I normally do is I just find percentage change first. Okay, so percentage change, right? When you see percentage, simple, it's just percentage. When you see the triangle there, right, it refers to change. Okay, I'm just lazy to write out change. So percentage change, right, is just 24 minus 6. Okay, always check your final minus initial. Okay, divided by the original value because you're comparing the change, right, to the original. Does that make sense? So that's how the formula works. You are comparing the change to the original value. So this, you multiply by 100%, you will get 300% in the increase. Is that clear? Okay, so percentage change, right, is just applying formula only. Okay, but what I think is good for you guys to know is how do you understand the formula, right? It's called percentage change is because you're looking at the ratio of the change, right, to the original value. That's what percentage change means, right? So today, I never shave my beard. Tomorrow, my beard all come out. What is the change? My hair grow out. Okay? But you always compare it to what? The original state where you were clean shaven. I'm clean shaven. Okay? So that is an analogy. Or, for example, today you got $10. Tomorrow you got $20, right? You always compare to now, right? How can you compare it to 10 years ago where your chicken rice only cost $2? Now your chicken rice is only $5, man. Maybe $7. Most percentage change questions 2 marks, 2 to 3 marks usually. Okay, can? Okay, let's leave this as it is. I have remaining 30 minutes, right? I will just go through the remaining one examples, okay? If I got time, I will let you try the questions, okay? But the next topic, right, is on map skills. Okay, so map skills, right, actually generally very easy one. Okay, what you need to know about map skills is as follows. Okay, normally you'll be looking at small to big, which is map to actual, right? It will always be a map to actual format. Okay, now your map and your actual, right, is in the same ratio. So for example, if I got 1:20,000, right, this means to say that 1 cm is the same as 20,000 cm. If it's 1 km in the map, it will be the same as 20,000 km in the map as well. Okay, so in ratio, right, the units are also consistent. But the problem is, right, your actual distance and your map distance, right, can vary a lot. Now, guys, your paper, can it be easily measured in meters or not? Can it be easily measured in meters or not? No, right? Then it's easily measured using what? Centimeters, millimeters. These two maybe, right? Now, if you talk about distance, let's say from Kovan to Toa Payoh or Kovan to Tampines, you will measure using what distance? Kilometers. If it's Kovan to Hougang, you use what? Maybe meters, right? Or from Kovan to next. Kovan to, I don't know, from here to MRT is only a few hundred meters, right? So you can use meters, you can use km. So the goal is you need to ensure that your left side is in the units that you are given, usually cm. And your right side, once you have your cm already, right, make sure you convert it into your km and your meters. Okay? So I have a few examples over here, but I think it's best that I go through the questions now. Okay? So let's move forward. Now 4.1, the map of a botanical garden is drawn from a scale of 3 cm, wrong, 2 cm to 3 km, right? So the scale of a map can be drawn as 1:n. Now, 1:n is what is to what? Map to actual or actual to map? Who first? Map or actual? Map, right? Because you must read the map, then you can find the actual one. In reality, you always look at the map first, right? Okay? If you go Taiwan, for example, you don't know the place, right? You must have a map. You must use the map to go and gauge where you are going first, right? So it's always map to actual. And in this case, right, 2 cm is to 3 km. Okay? So for the 2 cm part, right, 2 cm, I can leave it as cm. What about 3 km? Now in ratio, right, in order for me to cancel the units, they must be in the same units, right? Thank you. So km, I want to convert into cm, right? How to convert? Now I make it easy for you guys. 1 km, right? Whenever you see the letter K, right, you can always replace it with 1000. Because 1K is $1,000, right? You all ever hear your parents say 1K, 2, maybe not parents, your friends or what? 1K, 2K, 3K, right? Or your power bank, 1K AH, 1K MAH, I don't know. Okay? So when you see K, you think of what? You think of thousands. Okay? But 1 meter to cm, right, is 100 cm. So to change km to cm, right, you need to convert it by multiplying 1000 and 100. Okay? Then that will give you cm. Now you can cancel away the cm already. So your answer will be 2 is to 3,000,000. Okay? But then it's not enough. What? You need to convert it into what? You need to convert it into 1 is to something. So I must simplify this first. And to do that, I just divide both sides by 2. Thank you. So, like that. That is my answer. So n is equals to 150,000. Okay? If you leave your answer like that, wrong, please ensure you have your n. Clearly show me your n. Okay? Okay. For part B, the actual perimeter of the Botanic Gardens is 21 km. So, back to my problem, okay? Actual perimeter means I am looking at here, right? And what unit must actual be in? Kilometers, right? So, I want to find the perimeter on the map, okay? Now, how do you start with this question? Usually the question will give the scale directly, right? But in this case, I am given something else. I'm given 2 cm is to 3 km. Is it easier to start from here or easier to start from the scale? The actual one, right? The one that was given the question, right? So you can actually start from here. You don't have to start from on top. Okay, you don't have to start from 1 into 150,000. You can start from here. Because you know, right, that if you convert it to 1 cm is to 1.5 km, right? That way, you can straight away square both sides already. So 1 cm squared is equals to... why did I go and square it? Sorry. Brain fart. Okay, there's no squaring over here. So I want to find 21 km. So instead of doing this, I just divide by 3 on both sides so that I get 1 km. Okay, then after that, 1 km to 21 km, what do? I times 21, no? Okay, so I will have 21 times 2 over 3 cm is to 21 km. So this value over here, this fella is my answer, 14 cm. Okay, so that is a very quick use of your 2 cm is to 3 km. Because most of the time you start from 1 is something, right? Okay, and you okay? Okay, can. Now for the last part, okay, 14 cm, very good. Now for the last part, the Botanic Gardens is represented by an area of 2 cm squared on the map. So your starting is cm, your ending is km. Okay, so once again, let's bring back the ratio. Okay, 2 cm is to 3 km. What I'm going to do, right, is I'm going to divide both sides by 2. Once I have this ready, right, check. Left hand side is cm, right hand side is km. Settle. Settle already, right? I can square both sides. Okay? So that will give me 1 cm squared is to 2.25 km squared. Once I have this already, okay, then I just need to scale up the cm to 2 cm squared. So therefore, I will have 4.5 km squared as my answer. Okay, can? So with that, online guys, you guys are okay, Okay, so for the remaining of the time, right, I'm going to get you guys to try out a few questions. Okay, try out page 21, and for the previous topic, right, try out page 18. Okay, I will go through these 2 questions. Okay, so I will give you all 10 minutes to do both questions. Can? Done already. You and your brother same. You're pretty that fast. You finish already? Haven't yet. Have you gotten the answer key? You take already, right? You got answer key? Oh. Sure. Yes. Then I'm going to the rescue. Overmark and yes. Yes. Let me find you. It's got, right? 500. What is it? Someone asked me a question. Do I leave final answer in ratio? But like what this one, huh? You mean for part A, is it? No. Question asks you to find n. So you are supposed to leave it in terms of n equals to 15000. You cannot leave it just as a ratio. Okay? Can? Algebraic fraction notes. The solution, I will show the solutions later. Is that okay? Can show me part C. Oh, right, okay. Sorry, my bad. Okay? Actually, I come to me. Yeah. You do this. Okay, so right. Now when so what the original? So means that here I complete if I'm 0 before I'm already so more than 100%, right? 100% security, right? So if I add another 100%, right? So how many times are we? I put 100% final percentage. So we want to find percentage after, right? We need to find the n first. Okay, so first the original n. Original n is the word x square, right? This is your original. But then your u, right, is your x replaced with 2x, right? Now 288 4x. percentage change formula is always define change first, right? How do you compare change? How do you compare change? So now you got $10, right? After a few days later, what will change? How you buy coffee? You take 10 by 50 of no. You always take the last value. Right? So it's always the original minus equal. You are at the Q. Oh. You also choose. So this is your change, right? You always take mu minus from. Hey, wrong. Yeah. Always. No. Mu minus original. The minus original, right? But you always okay. The original thing, right? Cannot be compared with the original one. Right? Okay, go on, right? From this, it defines the right? Okay. Is it better? But people still let talk. What's the oh, anyone else to help? You have to look it. You look it. I clever education. I have a JV over here, right? You have okay, can. Think later I need to send you to the somewhere. Your parents asked me to send you somewhere. Okay, come, time's up. Okay, let's run through the questions over here. Okay. Now, so first thing first, okay, I'm sure you all know n is equals to 1 over x squared, k over x squared, right? Okay, then you go and sub in your man is n equals 6, x equals to 8, right? So just plug in the values as required. Wrong. Wrong. Okay, x is the number of men, so x is 6, n is 8. Okay, so therefore k is equals to 288 and n is equals to 288 over x squared, right? So now the problem is your second part. Okay, the second part is the biggest problem for many of you, right? So x is increased by 100%. What was my original percentage? 100, right? So what's my new percentage? My final percentage is, if originally I am one fella, I am 100%. Okay, I'm one stick man. Okay, I increase myself by 100%. So I clone myself, what? I 100%, I add another 100%, what? Total how many percent? 200, right? So 200% means what? Is twice of me. There's 2 fella over here, right? So x increased by 100% means my new value is 2x. Okay? So I will use this to go and find the following. Okay, I'll replace x with 2x, right? This is 288 over 4x squared. Okay? So this one can also be simplified as 72 over 4x squared. Right? Now, this is my new, right? My original is still 288 over x squared. Oh, sorry, there's a 4 over there. Okay? So now, to apply my percentage change formula, right? Okay? Some of you use percentage decrease formula. For me, I use percentage change so that I don't confuse the concept. Okay, so I will take the new value or the final value, right? Minus the initial value divided by the original value. Okay? Which is 72 minus 288 over 288. Okay? And then you multiply by 100%. Clear? So this will be equals to, what do you get? NJ, what do you get? Eh? Why my answer so weird one? Wait. You got 66 and 2 over 3 Huh? Wait a minute. Oh. Eh? Hey, correct. Sorry? No, that one no issue. But what do you get? You got 75%. New x is 12. New n is, what new x 12? Okay. I get. Okay, again. So I think I neglected something over here. So my original x, right? Sorry. My original number of guy, right? Okay, is x is equals to 6. Am I right? So since I got 6 men, right? Now I have 12 guys. Agreed? So 6 and 12. Okay? With that, I can then go and find out my number of hours. Okay? Because I want to find the change in the number of hours, right? So sorry, for the back row people, it's wrong. Okay? So I'm going to replace the x values and the x values 6 and 12, right? To find my new n values. Okay? So 288 over 6 squared is equals to 8. And 288 over 12 squared is equals to 2. So this is my original value and new value of hours. Okay? Can follow or not? Okay, part A is over here. Can the rest see or not? The rest get it? NG okay? So that part is wrong. Sorry, my bad. I didn't read carefully also. Okay? Now, you use your final percentage formula, right? You will take your 2 minus 8 divided by the original value. Okay? Some of you put 8 minus 2. That's also okay. Okay? So you use this ready, right? Your answer... Oh, wait. There's no error, what? The answer key got issue. It's divided by 8, right? Okay. Yeah, so the answer key got no issue. The answer key got issue. I'm the one that got no issue. So it's 75%. So just now that method is still correct. I was wondering why the answer is so weird. Okay, because the denominator is supposed to divide by 8. Okay? Alright, last but not least, let me wrap up this one. Wait, can I just check online people, okay? Okay, if need later I flash again, right? Okay, this one over here, I will just quickly give you the answer. Okay, 1 cm squared is to 25 km squared. This question is a bit tougher because I give you square, right? But you can always just square root to find 1 cm is to 5 km, like so. Okay, and from there, go back to the question. Find the actual area of the part that's represented by 0.7 cm squared. So I can still use the original scale. Okay, I just need to multiply by 0.7. So this part, the answer is 17.5 km squared. Okay, do you guys get this? Yes, Okay, for part B, the running path within the park measures at 8.4 km or 8,400 km. Okay, they ask you to find the distance of the running path on the map. Okay, so this one is where you need to use the square root version of the scale. Okay, 1 cm is to 5 km. Okay, but because I need this to be in km, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert this into 5,000 meters. And then, since I want 8,400 meters, right, I will divide by 500. So I will have this is to 1 meter, and finally multiply by 8,400. So this will become 8,400 over 5,000. This part over here will become 1.68 cm. Okay? Of course, there are some people who can do this a bit faster, but as long as you all know what it works, I'm okay with it. Okay, for the last part, you all can see, You all can see, right? Okay, for the last part, the scale, new scale is used. Okay, now this one is a different scale, but I'm still finding the same distance in cm. Okay, so it's still 8,400 meters, right? Now, what I need to do is left hand side is in cm. Okay, because I want to find the distance in cm, right? But my right hand side is 8,400 meters. So what I'm going to do, right, is left hand side will become cm, right hand side will also become cm. Calm down, guys. Okay, then this part over here, right, I will convert it into meters. Okay, and always ask yourself, 1 meter is 100 cm. So I divide by 100. Okay, therefore, this is what I have. Then proceed with the same method. This part is my answer. So that will be 2.1 cm. Finish. Okay? Alright. Everyone okay, My last row very happy, Correct or not? Happy, right? Because it's going to be 3 o'clock. It's going to be 4:30 already. Okay. I stop it at 6, 7. Okay, guys, the lesson is going to end already, So, let's wrap this up over here. Okay, I hope that the lesson so far has been beneficial. I genuinely hope it's beneficial, So now, let me go back to selling myself. Okay, now before I know some of y'all need to go off soon, right? So, I'm going to let y'all scan the answer key first. Okay, if there is any issue, I mean, there will probably be issues, okay, but I think at the very least, right, the concept that I taught y'all, right, if there's anything wrong, I think you guys, right, should have the liberty, right, or the courage to go and find out what is the mistake, instead of assuming that everything is correct. Okay, nothing's ever correct one. So that's one thing I will tell y'all. Okay, so I'll leave this for a while. Go and scan this one to get the answer key. Okay. Now, let me go back to selling myself. Oh no, where's my file? Okay, never mind. I think I leave this long enough already, right? Let me go back to selling myself. Okay. So, if you all like my lessons, right? Okay, if you like my lessons or you like the lesson so far, right? Okay, you all want full scan paper, right? Please help me to scan the QR codes over here. Okay, scan your coven. You all stay back and scan lah, how? Okay, those who want a full scan, you all can stay back first. Okay, but let me go on to other things first, Now next year, I'm having my 2026 lessons. Okay, so of course there are some early bird perks if you all, let's say you all want to sign up. But hear me out. Okay, when you all scan this to register, right, you don't have to immediately commit to this. Okay, so what you all can do, right, is you all can log in your interest first. Okay, log in your interest so that you can log in your early birds, your early bird perks. Okay, and thereafter, if you really want to sign up, right, then you proceed with it. So at least you log your promotion, your potential promotions, right? Okay, so I will leave this for a while to go and scan the QR code. Is this the same for the other subjects? Is the QR code? You mean this QR code? Yes, same. Sorry, Jay, what you want me to re-explain? You stay back later first, scan. Okay, now let me show you all my schedules for next year. Okay, now next year, right, I'm teaching quite a few subjects. So let me just show you all over here. Okay, I know this class got some IP students. Okay, but hear me out first. Next year, I will be teaching Sec 3 E-Math and A-Math. Okay, I will also be teaching Sec 3 IP next year. But this IP, if I'm not wrong, should be TJC cluster. So my NYGS in Hwa Chong, this is not for y'all. Okay, but you are always welcome to try out first if you want to. Okay, but these are the classes I'll be teaching next year for Sec 3. Okay, Sec 3 E-Math, Sec 3 A-Math, and Sec 3 IP. Okay, so y'all can go and scan the QR. I think it's the same one. Okay, but if anything, right, y'all can always find the links that's required on the website. Okay, so for those who want the full scan, you can stay back. For those who haven't scanned QR code, okay, let me flash it to you guys. Okay, this one you want to take photo or not? I let you take photo first. Okay, I'll leave this for a while. Okay, online people take photo, screenshot, whatever. Okay, now, if not, I will leave the Sec 2 answer over here. If there's nothing else, y'all can go already. Okay, anybody that needs anything from me, right? Please stay back and find me. Full scan, answer, whatever. Thank you. Bye bye. Hey, thanks. Bye bye.你们 escort 是你我去我去陪他快了他会跟我讲4点半希望快点sorry yeah I think about a lot of in the middle of lesson whoops later got start I think there will you need something leave a review for me thanks guys
can you help?
Yes.
How do you start
the quadratic来 let me see first how to type in okay go to menu sorry let's go first okay go to menu go to equations okay you go to must put my name I'm a shameless guy QIANWEI
I'm Sept.
oh
That's the question.
come never mind I put my name there can see or not can Okay, you go here, right? Then which one should you press? Hypotenuse? Clearly not, right? It's polynomial. Then what is the highest power of your quadratic? The quadratic equation, what's the highest power?
What? Like the one with X. So what?
Wait, which topic is that? You don't know how I'm going to know, yeah.
I think the linear.
Oh, you mean the in front one, huh? Linear. What, you mean what, this kind one, ah? Which one? How to factorize it? How to use the calculator, huh? Yeah, so you need to go to here. Press 2, then you get this rate. Then you need to key in 1, 1, negative 20. Can you follow?
What?
No. Okay, so can you see this is the quadratic equation, right? You know what that is, right? So that's why I asked you to go to equations, go to polynomials, then go to number 2. Yeah, sure. Hey, the rest you need questions or what? Questions. Those who full scan pack one, right? You all just take photo, let me see, I'll give you all. Okay, those who have questions, you all wait first, Okay, can. So let's take a look. First thing you press menu, go to equations. Okay, go to polynomials, because this is a polynomial. Okay, a quadratic equation is a polynomial. If you take Sept image, you know. So you go to degree 2, because it's the highest power is a square, right? So then you see x squared, x, and 0, right? These are your coefficients. So just key in the coefficient over here. You see x squared plus x minus 20. So it's 1, 1 minus 20. So then your answer is 4 and 5, right? Negative 5, right? Can you see? Then this part, all you have to do is to shift the negative 5 to the other side, you get x plus 5. You shift the 4 to the other side, you get x minus 4. You never record that part. You understand? Okay, can I? You got it? How's the lesson? Okay, only. Any feedback? Okay lah, everything okay lah. Can. Can I see the comments? Huh? But important. Let me see. I didn't see.
It's written. There is written.
I didn't see the comments.
It's written.
Okay. Give lah. At least. Hey, only you don't need ah? Oh, yeah, you don't need ah. Okay. Yes, hi. How are you? Oh. Yeah, you all never write my name, so sad. Yeah, give you lah. Oh, how to open yeah? Never mind, I have something to use. I'm a handyman, guys. I always have this kind of things, man. Your girlfriend always must have special things, one. Oh. Okay. Bye, guys. Thank you, guys. How's it? Yeah, I'm very scared because you guys are happy. Cool, right? Cool reviews. Okay, sure. I'm a tonight, yeah, never see our tour. Okay. Hi, yes. Yes. Okay. Very simple. Usually the one on the left, right? Just follow on the left. The one that's after the one we have counted. That's the general guide. Okay. The issue is that usually for one is square, right? So yeah, it's the square. Okay. Once we get it out, yeah. What you learn? What the best of? Hey, thank you guys. See you all soon. Are you all regular students?
No.
Oh. I hope to see you guys around. Okay, bye. I'm done. Ah, 2 hours. I have written. Talking about it. You got any more things? Yeah, sure. Oh, you want to copy? You want to copy or make I need to okay, so what you must find that you right? How you know from X to N, right? Then how to find okay. I know is the thing is I want to do my point is oh okay. No problem. This game same ah. Hey, thank you. Bye. We have yes. So when you are acting right, you are acting right what you want. You are treated right. You don't act what you don't. Okay, but okay. Okay, well you complete that up. Which one? You can always go to Google. Can you help me there? Go to that one. Okay, you can complete that. Yes. Betul tak sih, right? Aku banjir itu dia just di right. Because to end to dia sebab. Okay, so okay, right? Okay, yeah, interest. Kita nanti. Ada lagi. Buat apa? So how do you define? When you see right away. Yeah. Yeah. Then how do you what when you see a practical, right? Or what you call the user like and then right okay what yeah then yeah and then yeah then you will find right from the 6 to and right here. Are you aware of this? Other stuff okay. Okay, anything else? It is做完了，真的哭了，也起来，金额这些你还有这okay, because usually when it comes to data content, right, the goal is to ensure that we can solve more factors. As long as I don't see these all the place, I think for me, I don't bother with that. Unless they say extend to me. Yeah. Or at least extend. I don't usually encourage you. This is too extreme. And because okay, the concept is that you convert meters but everything must be but you want to have the kind of thing. Why don't you convert this here? Right. You convert now, right? Better is one. Because you're still going to you still need 1 meters of meters. So you will try to do this in scale. Not yet. Usually it's better to just convert it directly. Because you're not going to push more. You're not very confusing. So my advice is try to do the left hand as much as possible. Okay? Anything else? Appreciate you for coming. You guys make me feel like thanks. You guys very smart one eh? I don't know if you're looking for IT classes. We have NYGH, we have Barcelona, installation for that really hard. It's really good. Bukit Timah should be Bukit Timah lah. You can have a look at the schedule. I